20th Century Fox just released their new X-Men Days of Future Past trailer number 2. We got to see it on YouTube, and holy fuck.
It's fucking amazing!
Cruncha mancha, cruncha mancha.
Cruncha mancha, feels on myself.
Yeah, that's how you make it feel.
If you're going to start it, you have to finish it.
I was letting you finish it.
I did.
So X-Men Days of Future Past looks freaking amazing. It already looked amazing with the first trailer. This one looks even fucking cooler. How can you not be excited for this movie? They're going to reinvent, reimagine, and revitalize freaking X-Men.
The triple stamp to double stamp.
Patrick Swayze has united the X-Men, so maybe he can... Like, the first thing I was wondering, because, you know, Days of Future Past, most of the comic books I've read, I remember the Sentinels, I think, being a big part of that. I think they were a big part of it. It's been a while since I've read the comic book series. But, so I was like, where's the Sentinels? And now you see them, I guess those are Sentinels, and they look freaking weird.
Is it the Sentinel, though? Like, I think it is.
It looks like
Is it the Sentinel?
It looks like a Sentinel.
I think it is. But is
I think it's...
Yeah, no, it's big, it's giant, it's robotic, but its whole fucking its whole face opens up. Its whole entire face opens up and it shoots out a giant beam, and it looks like
I thought you said beam.
It shoots beams.
Fucking beams.
Fucking beams. It doesn't look like the Sentinels I know and love, but at the same time it still looks badass.
I guess they couldn't. I mean, you know how much money it would have been to make those big giant.
Saw pictures though. At one of the Comic-Con things, they showed a picture of it and it actually had the Sentinel head. So I don't know if that's it, or maybe it is it. But the Sentinel face opens up and it shoots.
I just not thought of it. You remember in the X-Men cartoon series with Bishop?
Yeah.
That little it was like that white miniaturized version of a Sentinel that had like it could adapt to any power and do that. Maybe that's what that is.
Maybe it is.
Why are you saying it? You sound sexual. You're like, yeah. I can't fucking wait.
Really, you realize when you watch it for the first time, even though I had it in the first trailer, this really is the first, you know, X-Men First Class plus the guys from the X-Men movies coming together, and you get a sense of how actually cool that's going to be. Like when James McAvoy's talking to Professor X and shit like that, and of course they send Logan back, and I've heard some people bitching, they're like, why does every movie have to focus around Logan?
Well, he's the main selling point.
It's fucking Wolverine.
I mean, I agree that some people that get pissed off, and like there's so many other X-Men, so many other stories that Wolverine he doesn't always have to be the focus, but I think the comic book series actually did revolve around the Age of Apocalypse, but the Days of Future Past actually did revolve around Wolverine, so it makes sense.
Yeah,
and he's a huge seller. I mean, how can you not put him in there? That's like saying, well, I'm going to make an Iron Man movie with Robert Downey Jr. He's not going to be in it.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, they're going to have to eventually.
I'm glad if I'm going to send one man into the fray, into the past to take care of shit. I mean, I'd probably send Wolverine. He's going to fuck shit up. You know, he's going to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
But, you know, he can't die. So, but I'd send him back, but the cool thing about this movie is it's so damn serious.
Yeah.
It's an X-Men movie, but it's so damn serious, and it's so epic. The music going on, all the shit, all the serious things, and the bad guys and the good guys have to work together.
The music is one of those things, like, when you want to look around slowly and act like you're a superhero, you're like, yeah.
But people, I mean, in the X-Men movies, they were serious, but it was just, it wasn't that serious, you know what I'm saying? In this one, it's like, people are crying and shit. You know, people are crying.
Well, this
it's
is
emotional.
This is what happens when you put a Frito on a sub. Two great worlds.
Cruncha muncha.
But this, I mean, seriously, it's like Sammy Hagar and Van Halen getting together. It's like X-Men Days of Future Past had a great cast. X-Men had a great cast. Now you combine them together and you get the original Kiss. Fuck, that's right.
Yeah.
I was going to say it. You know, you mentioned the Destroyer. Did you not think I know this is off topic. Did you not think when you watched the Destroyer, did it look like a Molly Hatchet cover? Like the way he looked, it was like a hard metal rock group.
Yeah, I guess I could see that.
Yeah, I know.
It's an Iron Maiden. I can totally see that. But yeah, no, this movie, I don't know what to say about it. It looks so serious, it looks so dramatic, it looks so amazing. The special effects look awesome in it. You can tell there's this destroyed Earth in the beginning of it that they show. It seems like it's going to have the best character interaction by far of all the movies.
Yeah, I think they actually started focusing on less. Like, I think they learned their mistakes. They were like, all right, we focused a lot on special effects in some of the other movies, and we built relationships and we focused on acting and the interpersonal relationships with the X-Men, but not as much as we could have. We just really focused on Wolverine and Rogue and that, and Cyclops and Jean Grey. So let's move away from that and actually give all the other X-Men characters their due.
Well, it's the first epic story. Like in the first three, and I know that there were some stories in there intertwined, but in the first three X-Men movies, they were just like, hey, these are the X-Men. This is the X-Men movies. We're getting everybody accustomed to it. Oh, we show this guy here, and it was just kind of like the story was almost secondary in a weird way. In this one, it's like you know all the characters. This is all about how badass the story is, but you have these amazing characters going around it, and I think that's what makes it so epic.
Well, you remember what Mark Webb said about Spider-Man? He was like, we moved away from the origin story, so now that I can actually start telling stories about Spider-Man. So maybe that's where Bryan Singer's like, we had to get through the whole Wolverine thing, we had to get through the whole introducing the X-Men, and now we can just tell really awesome stories.
Yeah, and not just that, but there's always kind of hints. Oh, it looks like, they're going to take it in that direction. We might see that story. There's Thanos, there's this, there's this. This is really the first one that actually shows. This is all about one big X-Men story that happened that everybody knows, and it's all about, it's like that event. It's not just touching on it and you got parts here and there. It's actually that event, and that's what I think makes it so cool to people.
Well, the only thing I didn't like necessarily, I had sad face was I didn't see James Marsden as Cyclops. I really think Cyclops he never got, he was just a bitch slapped around in the X-Men movies. He never got the credit I think he needed to have, and he should have been focused on a lot more. He's the leader of the X-Men.
Yeah.
And I heard rumors that he's in it. I heard James Marsden's in it for like a minute or two, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it also kind of, I mean, but of course they show Storm. Like,
she had to be in it. Halle Berry had to be
I know
in it.
Storm's a big part. I just don't, I never.
I like her with that sexy short hair, though.
you like women that look like men, do you? You like their goods.
I like Dangerous Women. This trailer right now is standing about an 8.5 or
For
9.0.
me, it's a 9.5 for me, dude. I'm fucking just epically.
The only thing I want,
geeked out
I
right
want a little bit more, like a little bit. I mean, obviously they can't reveal the whole movie of the trailer, but I want to see a little bit more of the focus on the Sentinels. I want to see what they actually are about. Like,
Yeah.
you know, a really good trailer, you can kind of get a sense of what the movie's going to be about. I mean, I see great things going on.
Yeah.
But it's just behind a curtain. Just
that's-
give me a little bit teaser.
Just that-
Lift that skirt. Just do it.
James McAvoy talking to the young Magneto, Michael Fassbender, and then you've got
We were supposed to protect them.
yeah, all that shit, dude. It's so dramatic and epic, and you do get that in some movies, but it's more the Dark Knight. It's like the Dark Knight mixes with fucking the Avengers. Like you
I
got
love
the
it.
epic shit, but you got this super serious thing, and I fucking love it.
I
give
also
it
love
a 9.5.
that. I also love that they're not like shying away from Magneto's costume in this one.
Yeah.
Because Michael Fassbender in the X-Men Days of Future Past, they actually gave him like the actual like helmet and shit. They all look like Magneto's for real, like not like the kind of revamped version of it that Ian McKellen had. This is like, and then when you see the trailer, him like floating through, he looks like Magneto from the cartoon.
Yeah. One of the coolest things about this is they can rewrite all that history.
That's the greatest thing.
Everybody doesn't have to fucking die. Storm's not the only one left to teach the children. And dude, the some of the characters in this that like look kind of cool in the previous ones, like Pyro, the Iceman, Colossus, dude, they look so much more badass.
You really
with
give
the
him a lot of
effects.
credit because you call him the Iceman. I think it's just Iceman.
Yes.
You're like the Iceman.
But no, they all look so much cooler than they did in the
Yeah.
original X-Men, especially Colossus, dude. He turns
That was one of the characters
Shit.
I never understood why they didn't
Shit.
take advantage of it. Yeah.
Question of the day, guys, is what did you think about the trailer? Do you think this movie's going to be a 10? Do you think it's going to be a 4? Do you think it's going to suck ass? I don't think anybody thinks that.
No, there's no way.
But rate the movie ahead of time.
But there's
just
gonna be
for
some
fun.
artsy fucker like I just don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't see the art.
What do you think's going to happen? I mean, what do you think your score's going to be in this movie? Do you think it's going to be as epic as it looks? Do you think it looks like a turd? I know that you don't, because you're smarter than that. I'm Mike. He's Jay. We'll see you guys next time when we watch the movie.
We watched a movie.